playing MLB The Show. He'd like to let you know that once he hit 2 home runs in 1 inning in Little League. He'd like to thank his dad for getting him into baseball. His parents' favorite baseball memory, surprisingly, is the last year of Little League. Not hit just 1, but 2 home runs in 1 game. He told his coach it's time for a walk-off and he hit a grand slam. His future plans are to go to the workforce as a carpenter. Number 2, Tyler Donnell. Our second player is number 4, Colin McCullough. Escorted by Sarah and Mary McCullough. His hobbies are spikeball, hanging with friends, mountain biking, and yelling at the TV when the Twins lose. He'd like to let everybody know that he's a ginger. I'd like to thank his coaches, teachers, bosses, and especially his parents for shaping him into the person he is today. His parents' favorite baseball memory was watching him hit his first home run in Little League. His future plans are attending UW Lacrosse to study my game. Number 4, Colin McCullough. Our next player is number 18, Mark Mander. Coached by Tracy and Scott Anders. His hobbies are working out, learning about exercise, listening to music, and watching movies. He'd like to let you know he owns his own electric toothbrush. He'd like to thank his parents for supporting him to give him motivation to chase his dreams, and his friends for being there to lose his sight of his dreams. His parents' favorite baseball memory is watching him hit his first home run. His eyes and smile were so big as he rounded third and headed for home. Mark's future plans are attending Gustavus Adolphus College to play baseball and study exercise physiology. Number 18, Mark Mander. The next player is number 20, Evan Beck. His hobbies are listening to music and reading. He'd like to let everybody know that he plays the guitar. He'd like to thank his mom and dad for being great parents and supporting him all throughout his time playing baseball. His parents are Becky and Kevin Beck. His parents' favorite baseball is his 11-year-old major season from last year's state coach. Evan had a game-time double for the Eagles. He went on to win a very exciting game. Evan's future plans are attending Signal and studying environmental studies with a minor in engineering. Number 20, Evan Beck. Our next senior is one of the 2 glue people who hold this team together. Mayo, Lucy outdoor events. Let me let you know, her parents definitely signed her up. So they put her inside instead. She'd like to thank the coaches for letting her
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wintercrest Park for CTN's coverage of boys high school baseball. Tonight, a little non-conference action for the home team. Cardinals on senior night. They welcome Rochester Mayo. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and this is a tough team coming in for the Spartans that is going to give the Cardinals some fits.
They come in at 10-3, and this is a pretty good ball club. And they played Andover. They lost to them 4-2, and really ran into the same situation with their best pitcher throwing against them that the Cardinals did earlier in the season. So this will be a test for a Cardinal team that coming off a 14-0 loss to Elk River last night, and that's a tough one. Even though Elk River's leading the conference, that's a tough loss.
Well, it's been a very streaky season for the Cardinals so far. They lost 2, won 2, lost 1. Won 2 more, got themselves above 500 for the first time at 4-3, and since that time have lost 4 in a row.
It's as assistant coach Don Bright says, it starts from the mound. Where it's going to start for Jacob Maddock for the very first time from the mound, getting his first varsity outing. So that there'll be an interesting situation for that young man, but it should be a lot of fun.
Well, we've seen him on the football field. He's got a good arm. We'll see if he can make it happen from the hill.
Well, he's a leader. He's a competitor, so he's going to want to have his best game.
Mayo team has hit the ball very well this season. They have 6 home runs on the year from 5 different guys, including the first 4 in their lineup. The DH, Carson Beavers, digs in first and takes a pitch up high for ball 1.
Yeah, Beavers hitting .375 as he steps to the plate. And you're right. You get a guy like that leading off with that kind of average, good on-base percentage.
Another fastball missing up high. And Maddock working him into a spot where he's going to have to throw a meaty pitch to a good hitter. Takes a little something off at high fly down the left field line. Long run for Sammy Lee in foul territory. Dives, but comes up empty. Just a long strike as Beaver will trot back to home plate.
Yeah, nice effort by Sammy. He's able to try and lay out for that one, but unfortunately, it was just a little out of his reach, as you mentioned.
Well, the speed from Carson Beavers is he was halfway to second base before that ball hit the turf. 2-1 pitch for Maddock is right down the middle. Hard strike to get the count even.
You assume that Maddock has a few jitters for his first varsity start, but if he can get first couple outs.
Well, he's definitely got some speed on the fastball. That one misses down and in, and the count is full.
Oh, as you mentioned, we've seen him throw a football.
Misses up high again, and a leadoff walk for Carson Beavers.
And definitely not the way that Maddock wants to start in this situation. Beavers he's actually the leading base stealer on this team with 5. So Maddock's going to have to keep an eye out, making sure what kind of lead he gets off the bag.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Mason Linebeck. And Maddock able to get ahead in the count 0-1.
Lineback hitting .476. He's scorching the ball.
A little late on the decision to go after the fastball. It would have been a called strike anyhow, and a half swing not able to check. Either way, it's a strike, and it's an 0-2 count. This one hit foul and out of play down the right field line.
Well, obviously a great situation with pitch count here for Maddock, ahead of the count 0-2. An opportunity for see if he can maybe work his first K.
Checks the runner. Beavers dives back safely. Fastball way up high. Beavers not taking a huge lead at all over at first base.
There he goes.
The runner goes, though, and this one is hit down the right field line and caught deep in the corner. Beavers able to hustle back to the bag. Great job by Fearing out and right to track that ball and come up with the first out.
Yeah, he hit that ball hard, too.
And Fearing had a long way to go, able to get there. Beavers able to get back to the bag at first. And Ian Regal digs in. Regal leads the team in doubles and home runs with 2.
Probably a pretty solid average at 326 as well.
Fastball in for a called strike. Check Beavers again, back in plenty of time. Evan Beck manning the bag at first. Another strong, hard fastball right down the middle. And Regal watches it go by for strike 2, 1-2.
Yeah, he throws fairly quickly. I mean, he doesn't waste a lot of time on the mound.
Runner is going. Pitch was high. Throw is on the wrong side of the bag, but Manders able to get the tag over in time as Kopp got it there so quickly. And Beavers is out on the steal attempt. It's 2-2 to Regal now with the bases empty and 2 away.
Oh, we talked about Beavers, the leading base stealer in this club, and he was being aggressive. You saw him go down once before, and a nice job by the Cardinal catcher to get that ball, even though it was to the other side of the bag.
Manders a fantastic job at short to field it and sweep around in front of the bag.
Just going to say that.
And get to Beavers before he got to the bag. A full count now for Ian Regal as another one up high. And he fires it by him, strike 3. So a leadoff walk, but only 3 batters faced. And Coon Rapids a chance at the plate when we return. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Back at the ballpark. Scoreless top half of the first inning. Coon Rapids its first chance at the plate. Taking on Rochester Mayo and Casey Carlson towing the rubber for the Spartans. And he breaks one in for a strike to open Jaden Kopp up at 0-1. Fastball misses low.
Kopp hitting .273 on the season.
Off-speed pitch was sitting fat for Kopp, but he got out in front of it. And well foul.
Carlson comes
just
in
out of the reach of Coach Mossy in the third base coach's box.
Carlson comes in with a 1-2 record and a 4.0 earned run average.
This one hit well to left. No, to straightaway center. Lineback just backs up, takes it in the leather, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, hit that ball to the deepest part of center field. But as you said, linebacker easily just going back, retreating, and getting the first out of the inning.
Now Mark Manders digging in the number 2 spot.
Manders hitting 200 on the season.
Shows bunt, pulls back, takes that breaking pitch for a strike. That's the second batter he's faced, second one he started with a curveball, and it stayed in the zone for called strikes both times. Goes to another one, and Manders drives it to center. Back on it is Lineback. He makes that catch too. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, the first 2 batters just solid wraps, but Lineback doing a great job of just retreating to where he needs to be and making the out.
And now Jared Fearing for the Cardinals.
Fearing
playing in right field for him tonight, and a nice running grab in the top half of the inning.
Beautiful play. He's the leading hitter on the squad, hitting 444.
First pitch, again, that didn't have a ton of break on it, but definitely moved, and it stayed in the zone, 0-1. There's the sweeping curveball that falls low, 1-1.
I'm fearing a patient hitter at the plate. He's going to wait for his pitch.
Out in front of an off-speed pitch that was middle in. And again, Carlson in the driver's seat, 1-2. I don't know that he's been behind in the count yet. He has not. Goes back to that curveball. Fearing fouls it off. Tough pitch to hit. That's what Manders saw when he drove it to center. But you got to swing if it's going to stay in the zone. That one is down and away in the dirt. Good backhanded snatch by Chase Gassner.
Yeah, good defensive catcher there. He just that backhand, making sure he keeps that ball from keeping away from, even though.
Well, it's a good habit to get in, especially at a ballpark with foul territory like Wintercrest.
Yep.
Any base runners, if the ball gets past the catcher into the backstop, it's at least a base.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll try it again at 2-2 with 2 away. Nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Fastball misses well above the zone, 3-2. Curveball and Fearing way out in front of it. And he is out. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down on both sides of the ledger. We go to the second with no score between Coon Rapids and Mayo. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Back at Wintercrest Park on a Friday night. It's senior night for the Cardinals Club for players in their final season of the high school leagues.
That's an overcast night. Drizzled a little bit on and off, but so far so good here tonight. Lights are on, obviously, but you should get this one in.
Well, and the wind has died down a
It
little
has.
bit. The cloudiness is supposed to break up, and we may have just a beautiful evening at the ballpark. So far, it's been a pitcher's duel. Jacob Maddock walked the leadoff man, but Carson Beavers was later caught stealing for the second out of the inning. And Maddock finished with a strikeout. That fastball has been ever present for young Mr. Maddock through 17 pitches in that first inning. And I would guess that 12 to 14 of them were fastballs.
Liam Dahl, shortstop for the Spartans, hitting .353 on the season. We've got a number of batters that have hefty averages. You talked about the way they've been hitting the ball earlier.
And again, the top four in their order have a home run, at least one home run this season. The other home run comes from their number 9 hitter, Sam Ruska.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
That was a good pitch right there. Broke off just a little bit right at the right time. In for a strike, 3-1.
Well, he certainly needed it.
And Dahl was taking all the way at 3-0, leading off the inning. Fastball in for a called strike, and then back to a full count. Challenge fastball. Dahl comes up empty on the swing. Second strikeout of the ball game for Maddock.
Well, right now, Maddock got pretty cool on the mound. I think he might have had a little bit of a jitters in that first inning with his first varsity start, but did a nice job.
Well, he's now gone to a full count to 3 of the first 4 he has faced, and that's something you'd like to see change. Kober hits this one into foul territory down the right field line and out of play.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly pitch count's important, quite obviously, and if you're going high in the count like that a number of times, it's not great, but nonetheless, for the majority of those pitches, it's worked out pretty well for him.
Foul gets him out in front against Kober at 0-1. A lot of break on that pitch. We were talking to some of the Mayo fans who had a gun on him, said he had 9 to 12 miles an hour of break on his or difference between his fastball and his breaking pitch. Throws the breaking pitch again, this time in the dirt, and it's 1-2. And if you can change speeds, keep hitters off balance, can be very effective at this level. 2-2.
I hit him.
So a 1-out base runner. As the curveball just got away from Maddock a bit. Second base runner that he is allowed. And that'll bring up the first base minder, Ethan LaBrash.
LaBrash hitting 286 on the season.
Curveball in for a called strike, 0-1. Misses high. Works relatively quickly,
He
does
does.
Maddock.
He does.
Able to break another one in for a strike, 1-2. See, I think that's more of a little cutter. Maybe it takes a little bit of speed off,
Yep.
only has a little bit of break, and then we see the big sweeper,
And the
which is
fastball.
what he's been able to get guys
Yep.
swinging haplessly at. 1-2. Both pitchers showing some impressive things early in the ball game. Still very early. We're just in the top of the second inning. 1 out, 1 on, and that one's upstairs. 2-2 to Ethan LaBrash.
Yeah, that fastball just a bit high in the zone.
And again, just a lot of pitches for Maddock early on. Runner is going. The pitch is swung on and missed. That throw in tons of time, and Manders fields it and just waited for LaBrash to get there to put the tag on. That is a throw him out, strike him out double play to end the top half of the second inning. We go to the bottom half. No score between Coon Rapids and Rochester Mayo. Back in Wintercrest, bottom half of the second inning. Fantastic finish to the top half. A strike him out, throw him out double play. An absolute cannon for Jaden Kopp to Mark Manders. And Cobra was out by a couple of steps. A little bloop on the first pitch here, and that is going to fall in for the first hit of the evening for either squad. Zach Novak with a little blue Texas leaguer on the first pitch of the inning. The Spartans have gotten a runner on in each of the first two innings, but have had an out at second base on a throwdown caught stealing from Jaden Kopp in each of the first two innings.
Well, Novak came into this game hitting .324, so he's been hitting the ball well this season.
Curveball skips away from Gassner. Novak able to catch it out of it and get across to second base.
So quickly here in the bottom of the second, the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Donnell hitting .250 as he steps to the plate.
Donnell, one of the 4 seniors for the Cardinals, as he fouls it off. And quickly it's 0-2. Another curveball. Donnell able to check his swing. He was very tempted, and that one had a lot of movement, probably 6 to 8 inches at least. A good stop behind the plate that time by Gassner. 1-2 pitch, fastball, popped into foul territory and out of play.
Donnell doing a good job of keeping his at bat alive. Trying to see if he can drive a runner in, get the first run of the game.
Off-speed pitch, got Donnell out in front just a bit, taps it foul. It'll stay 1-2. Another foul, back to the backstop. Donnell continues to battle. Third two-strike foul of this at-bat.
Oh, he's making Casey Carlson throw pitches. And this is a Cardinal squad that would love to be able to hit the ball a little bit better this season. They're averaging .230 as a squad.
Well, and the batting and their winning has, again, been streaky.
Yeah, well,
they've kind of gone together.
Yep, they have.
The 14-0 loss yesterday was a bit of an aberration. Donnell not able to hold off with a high fastball and swings well underneath it, well late. And that is strike three. Second strikeout of the game for Carlson. And much needed with one out now and a runner at second base. That'll bring up Sammy Lee.
Yeah, Sammy Lee hitting .250 on the squad, on the season. But, yeah, you had mentioned a big first out for the Spartans.
Tries to tempt him with one just down and away. 1-0. Curveball called a strike. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, the pitch must have caught the inside part of the plate.
That one in the dirt, skips to the backstop. Novak over to third and rounds before Gassner can even get to the ball. And he'll stay there. A wild pitch. And a pass ball is the first run of the ball game, 90 feet away.
Well, as you mentioned it, Joe, in the foul territory here, a lot of ground between home plate and the backstop. And as you talked about, it gets past the catcher, easily one base.
I could get a base.
Even maybe I could too.
Still has faith in that curveball. Not able to get it in the zone. And it's 3-1 now. And that's ball four, down and away. First walk allowed by Carlson. Runners at the corners with one away. Great opportunity for the Cardinals here as Logan Ness digs it. Ness has had a trying season and trying to get some things straightened out. This would be a good spot for it right here to help his team take an early lead.
Well, and he's one of the Cardinals looking to get his batting average a little bit north, hitting .095 on this season.
Time called. And the first pitch misses low. This one grounded to the third base side, scooped up, they come home. Out at the plate is Zach Novak. Ness will reach on a fielder's choice, but Novak, the lead runner, is out. There's two away with runners at first and second.
Yeah, big out for Rochester Mayo there. They get that runner from third base at the plate. Now two away. They can get out of this inning unscathed.
They'll bring up first baseman Evan Beck.
Beck looking for his first hit of the season. This is only his second at bat.
Fastball in for a strike. Well, this would be a big time for it. He's another one of those 4 seniors, and changeup is in for a strike. 0-2.
Yeah, good spot for Carlson to be in here. It's a pitch away from getting out of the inning.
This one fouled over to Mossy, showing the skills
Throw over to
there
first.
at third.
Got him.
Well, yeah, this is, Coon Rapids had a runner at third base with only 1 out. And now an opportunity to get out of this unscathed. Curveball, good backhanded grab by Gasner. Make sure the runners won't advance this time. We've had, again, a pass ball and a wild pitch that helped Coon Rapids threaten, but then the ground out from to third base, out at the plate. Curveball, another good stop by Gasner, and it's 2-2.
Gasner got to look at Carlson and say, hey, quit making my job so hard.
He is staying on the curveball. He's got to look to the coach that's calling those pitches in the dugout as well. They're staying with it. He's got a lot of movement on that pitch.
Oh yeah, he really does.
See why they want to use it a lot.
I think they're going to talk, have a discussion about the pitch, the count. It says 3-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, the Cardinals will take that call. Now the officials are going to talk about it a little bit.
I've got 2-2. Now I could be wrong. It's been
You've never been you've never been wrong before.
It's a pretty exciting at bat.
It's 2-2. You are correct, Joey. And see, you're still always correct. You're batting 1,000.
I don't know that. Let's not give any false hope. Yund official, as always. But it is 2-2 with 2 out and 2 on, and that's a swinging strike 3. Third strike out of the ball game for Carlson. We go to the third inning with no score. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Back at Wintercrest, top of the third inning between Coon Rapids and Rochester Mayo. Bottom third of the order due up here for the Spartans. Chase Gasner, the catcher, hopefully got a chance to get a little Gatorade between the bottom half of the second, this top half of the third. He was busy behind the plate. takes a pitch up and in for ball one.
Hitting 263 as he steps to the plate.
Maddock has allowed a base runner in each of the first 2 innings, but they've been erased on caught stealing plays in each of those innings. Gassner aboard with the first hit of the ball game for the Spartans.
Yeah, a solid base hit there to start the third for the Spartans.
He put it on a rope and dropped it into the center field grass in front of Colin McCullough. Courtesy runner is Reed McGovern. That one bunted back and foul by third baseman Alex Sadoe.
Almost surprised he offered it that pitch. It was pretty high in the zone.
Pitch way up high, and we saw that a lot of fastballs from Maddox so far, and he's definitely got some pop on it, topping out close to 80, maybe into the very low 80s. But he leaves it high quite often. Another bunt foul, and it's 1-2 to Sadoe. And most likely will take the bunt out of play for Sadoe with man at first, nobody out. Top of the third inning, scoreless ball game. McGovern chased back to the bag, and they're in front of the tag from Evan Beck.
Oh, we've seen Maddox do that a number of times. Just keep that runner close at the bag, the throw over. Pretty solid.
Curveball, bunted foul, and strike 3.
Well, you talked about it. A little surprised that he tried to bunt in that situation with 2 strikes. Usually in that case, it takes that bunt out of your hands, as you mentioned. Not in this one.
Now you give away an out, and you don't get the benefit of moving that runner. And now number 9 hitter Sam Ruska, again, he's your number 9 hitter, but he's also got some pop. He's put it over the fence once this season. Fastball up high, 1-0.
Hitting 237 on the year.
McGovern a pretty conservative lead over at first base. Maddock delivers another fastball, hit well to right center, and this one's gonna find the turf, roll almost all the way to the wall. They're gonna send McGovern. He stumbled a little coming around third. Here comes the throw, not in time. An RBI double for Sam Ruska, and the Spartans have opened the scoring here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, again, he gave that ball a ride. That was a shot to the fence.
And McGovern off on the crack of the bat and got good speed, but stumbled a bit as he came around the third base bag and into the grass, and still able to make it home in front of the throw. And that'll get them back to the top of the order. Carson Beavers takes a fastball for a strike up high, 1-0. He was able to work himself a walk first time up and was then caught stealing for the second out of that first inning. This one fouled back and out of play. Evens it up 1-1.
Well, and the Spartans looking to put up a crooked number here in the top of the third with just 1 away and a runner in scoring position.
Curveball down and in. Beavers able to keep the bat on his shoulder, 2-1. Fastball called for a strike. Curveball called for a strike. It started about eye high to Beavers. He gave up on it, and it dropped in right at the belt.
Big strikeout, big second
Huge.
out. Yeah, big second out of the inning. Again, now Maddock can just be concerned about that hitter at the plate and just see if he can get away and get out of this inning with just a 1 run.
fifth strikeout of the game. I suppose fourth, because the bunt foul is actually a foul out. I had written it down as a strikeout just because, yeah, it's kind of. Fastball misses up high to Linebeck, evens the count at 1-1. Linebeck, a shot deep down the line to right that Jared Fearing made a nice run and grab on. Curveball misses low.
Well, Maddox doesn't want to lose him in this situation.
Fastball up high. Lineback couldn't hold off. Swung underneath it to even it up 2-2. So 2-2, 2 away. A runner at second base, 1 run across. Another high fastball. This one fouled back by Lineback.
Yeah, I tried to get that piece of that ball up in the zone. Keeps the count at 2-2.
No.
Oh,
thought he was walking off to the dugout, but doesn't get the call this time. It was a pretty good curveball, much like the one he threw to Beavers for strike 3. And that is ball 4.
Yeah, he lost him, and again, did not want to do that situation, give the Spartans another opportunity for another batter with 2 on and 2 out.
Well, Ian Regal, a strikeout victim back in the first inning. And as we talked about, the extra base leader for this Spartans team that hits the ball pretty well, puts up some pretty big numbers over their 10-3 start to the season. Curveball in the dirt. Nice stop by Jaden Kopp.
We've seen both catchers active in different ways.
Maddox misses high, 2-0. And this is the batter that Maddox really needs to have.
Yes.
To keep this from getting any worse. Fastball in for a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, like I said, if he can get out with just a 1 run, that's pretty good, especially with the base runners and runners in scoring position.
A little late on another fastball and hit well, but well foul. 2-2. This one hit to short, scooped by Manders. The throw to Logan Ness covering for out number 3. But 2 hits, 1 run, 2 left for Mayo in the top of the third. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom half after this on CTN. Back at Wintercrest. First score of the ball game for Mayo in the top half of the inning. Leadoff single by Chase Gasner, and then Sam Ruska, an RBI double to right center. Leadoff bunt attempt from Colin McCullough is going to come up successful as Carlson slipped in the grass, and that should be called an infield single.
Well, I think he most likely would have beaten it had he not slipped, because I think he got a really good jump off the up at the plate. He's got pretty good speed. Cardinals get the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the third, looking to see if they can at least even the score.
Well, Jaden Kopp, a pretty good hitter, hit it pretty well in the top half of the first inning, but this time he's going to drop down a bunt. Carlson a little more sure-handedly. McCullough digging all the way for third. He's going to slide in safely.
Well, they'll definitely take that out for the runner advancing all the way to third. Now it's just one away, and now they had that situation earlier in the game where they got a runner thrown out going from third to home.
Does he get credit for two sacrifice?
Why not?
But of course, after slipping the time before, Casey Carlson was going to take his time.
Oh yeah,
fielding it and throwing it. Curveball in the dirt, and Gasner gets in front of it, keeping the runner with no chance to try to come home, even with the speed of McCullough.
Yeah, two really good defensive catchers here this evening.
Another bunt, and that hit him, and it's foul. So ruling is it hit him before his foot made contact with the ground again, therefore still in the box.
Well, now they're asking. I think that Tom Setti, the head coach for the Spartans, asking just another clarification from the base umpire.
And those two have already early on talked to one another, took a little conference, made sure they had the call right. 1-1. Fastball for a strike.
Well, the Cardinals have to have a run in this situation. They lost the opportunity earlier to get one.
Well, and Manders hit one pretty well to center field his first time up as well, and that would definitely score a run on the sacrifice. Instead, the curveball by Carlson gets him swinging. And a huge second out as the Cardinals able to get that tying run to third base with one away on just two pitches into the inning, by the way. First pitch of the inning was McCullough's bunt. Second pitch of the inning was Kopp's bunt. And now Jared Fearing, who battled but struck out. First pitch down and away and lost momentarily by Gasner, but right at home plate. So,
well, good situation here for Coon Rapids to have their best hitter at the plate in this with a runner at third and two away. Big swing and a miss.
Changeup gets him out in front, 1-1. Another curveball in the left-handed batter's box that Gasner has to dive out in front of.
Oh, Gasner's really been active behind the plate. He's had to.
Well, they did have a wild pitch and a pass ball in the second inning.
Yep.
This one tap foul, and it's 2-2. And now Carlson just a pitch away from getting out of it. Cardinals just one pitch from tying the ball game, or even taking a lead perhaps. Although he'd have to give it a heck of a ride. Fastball swung on and missed. Fearing goes down swinging for the second time in the ball game. Back-to-back strikeouts for Carlson. And Mayo back to the dish, starting the fourth with a 1-0 lead after this on CTN. Back at Wintercrest Park, non-conference baseball on a Friday night under the lights. Rochester Mayo with a 1-0 lead as we start the fourth, and Liam Dahl follows that one out of play.
Well, you can see him grimace a little bit as he didn't hit the pitch the way he wanted to. He felt that was an opportunity for him to drive a ball, but he didn't get a hit cleaned on it.
That one way up high. Easy take for Dahl that time.
Yeah,
Dahl, a strikeout victim first time he faced Jacob Maddock back in the second inning, also leading off an inning at that time. This one hits solidly through the gap on the left side. Solid base knock for Liam Dahl to start the fourth inning.
Well, exactly the way the Spartans want to start this inning with a 1-run lead. Want to try and build it here.
Third time in 4 innings, they've been able to get the leadoff man aboard. This one popped up in the air. Cop able to get underneath it. And that is out number 2. That is the second inning in a row they've had the leadoff man on base and not been able to drop a bunt down successfully. Last inning, a foul out by Alex Sadowi.
Now, Cardinals will take that definitely in the field. Gets that after that base hit, get a quick out.
And now Ethan LaBrash starts out with a strike, 0-1. One and one, and they'll check the runner. And I do like that about Maddock. He's very aware of the base runners, and he has a good move to keep them very honest. Back in front, 1-2 to the first baseman, Ethan LaBrash.
Well, he's pitched well tonight. He's given up 3 hits, but he's pitched well. But outside of throwing more pitches than I think he would like.
Averaging just under 20 pitches an inning through the first 3, and now a full count here to Ethan LaBrash.
Yeah, that's too many.
Not able to break the curveball in for a strike. Issues the free pass, 2 on with 1 out.
Now Cardinals in a little tougher situation, as you mentioned, with a couple of runners on base and just the 1 out.
And that'll bring up Alex Sadowi, who singled his first time up. Or Gasner, excuse me. Sadowi is right below him. Gasner, excuse me. Chase Gasner, who had the single first time up.
Yes.
And now comes up in a big spot. That one in for a strike and quickly ahead, and they count 0-2 is Jacob Maddock.
Well, if Maddock ever needed a batter at the plate, here it is now. That second out would be huge.
Curveball grounded right back up the middle. Ness grabs, tags, throws. Good stretch at first by Beck, and a double play ends the threat, ends the inning. Second double play for the Cardinals in the first 4 innings. As we go to the bottom half of the fourth, it's Mayo 1, Coon Rapids 0 on CTN. Back at Wintercrest Park, Coon Rapids trailing Rochester Mayo by a 1-0 score. So we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Zach Novak has the Cardinals' one hit of the afternoon so far. Looks at a curveball down and away in the dirt. Fastball ridden into left center, and Novak is going to start out 2 for 2. Big turn at first, but no chance as Lineback got there quickly.
Yeah, he jumped on that first pitch. Pretty nice piece of hitting by Novak. Second pitch, that's right. He jumped on that second pitch. Thanks, Joe.
And now Tyler Donnell, the designated hitter, struck out by Carlson back in the 2nd inning. And he was geared for the fastball. The curveball tied him in a knot a little bit. Donnell going to try and straighten himself out, dig back in, and see if he can have a more effective swing on the next offering. Another curveball. This one stays up high. And Carlson has thrown a lot of breaking pitches.
Yes.
He's got, I don't know if it's a cutter or a change, it looks like, and then also a bigger breaking curveball. That's a fastball fouled out of play. And he uses them a lot because they're so effective, and he throws them for strikes, so you have to swing.
Well, yeah, and then
but it's so hard to make solid contact.
As a hitter, you're sometimes you're not sure which pitch he's going to throw to you.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
1-2, runner at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals trail by 1. There's the curveball, swinging strike 3. Throw is not in time as Novak slides in safely at second base. Nearly the throw-out, strikeout, double play, or strikeout, throw-out, double play here. Would have been interesting to see that twice in a ball game.
Yes, it would have.
Once from each squad. As Coon Rapids able to do that back in the 2nd inning. Sammy Lee, a walk his first time up. Fastball, got just a piece of it. 0-1.
Another opportunity for Coon Rapids with the runner in scoring position to try and tie it up here with just one away. But Carlson's been doing a good job of keeping the hitters at bay. As you mentioned, just 2 hits both by Novak.
Check Novak back to the bag at second base. He's there safely. Novak was at third base when it was grounded to the third baseman right behind him. Ended up being tagged out at home plate. Sammy Lee hits it down the line to first, snagged up by LeBrash. He races to the base for out number 2.
A nice second out by the Spartans here. It gives the Cardinals now an opportunity with Logan Ness at the plate with a runner at 3rd and 2 away. An opportunity to see if they can get a base hit in this situation.
Well, and Logan Ness reached on a fielder's choice, and that was the ground ball to Sadoe at 3rd that led to Novak being thrown out at the plate. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Curveball and in the dirt, and again, Gassner active, good block. And as good as that curveball is, a dangerous spot to throw with the tying run 90 feet away and the big backstop here at Wintercrest. There's another one. This one skips away. Novak took a couple of steps, but it didn't get far enough away as Gassner got enough of it that there was no chance to come home. 2-1 to Logan Ness. Fastball hit back to the mound. Carlson takes his time over to LeBrash. out number 3. Runner left stranded at third, and we go to the 5th with Mayo leading 1-0 on CTN. Welcome back to Wintercrest Park. We start the 5th inning. Rochester Mayo, a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals. RBI double by number 9 hitter Sam Ruska. The only scoring of the evening so far, that back in the 3rd inning. Alex Sadoe at the plate. Easy take on the pitch in the dirt, but that one in there to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Spartans have done a nice job on the field again. A couple of times that the Cardinals could have had runs, they've been able to take them away.
Another curveball. This one not getting the call. I think that made Jaden Kopp double pump a bit, as he was expecting a strike call from behind him. Instead, a 2-1 count. This one grounded on the right side. Ness Fields throws to back out number 1.
Solid play by Ness. Nice job on the ground ball and the throw over to Beck.
Sam Ruska hammered one to the gap in right center. Drove in the only run of the game so far. Curveball in there for a strike. And now down in the dirt, 1-1. Well outside and an easy take for Ruska to get to 2-1.
Well, I'm sure that Coach Mossy wants to see Maddock get through this inning. He's thrown a lot of pitches.
Breaks that one in there for a strike, 2-2. Well, his last inning definitely helped.
Yes, it did.
But yeah, he's let's see, 62 through 4. Or no.
No, it's got to be more than that, isn't it?
72,
yeah.
Sorry. 72 through 4 innings. Another full count. And he finds the zone and freezes Ruska for strike 3. He's been able to drop that breaking pitch in for a called 3rd strike a couple of times tonight. 5 strikeouts now for Maddock. And this is varsity debut. Back to the top of the order, Carson Beavers. A walk and a strikeout so far. First pitch, big swing. Caught none of the ball in its own 1.
Well, pretty nice outing so far for Maddock. And so Coach Mossy, I'm sure, is happy with the fact that he's been able to get this type of outing so far here this evening.
This one fouled back, out of play. Maddock ahead, and they count 1-2. This one chopped to the right side. Beckfield's right behind the bag. Taps it, and Maddock has his first 1-2-3 inning. He has finished 3 innings now facing just 3 batters, but this is his first inning without allowing a base runner. So 1-2-3 they go, and we go to the bottom of the 5th on CTN. Welcome back to the ballpark. We start the bottom of the 5th inning. The Cardinals trailing Rochester Mayo by a 1-0 score. Evan Beck, his second chance to face Casey Carlson. Carlson got him swinging first time up. This time, first pitch rolled right back through the middle and into the...
That was Dutton.
Oh, that was Dutton.
That was Dutton.
His first at bat then, and first pitch he saw, he put right back through the box. A leadoff single.
Well, he had been hitting 154. A nice base hit there for Tommy.
And now we'll bring up Colin McCullough. McCullough originally awarded a base hit for his bunt on which Casey Carlson slipped while trying to field. And now that has been changed and the base hit taken away and replaced by an error for Rochester Mayo.
So now that was, Dutton's hit was the third of the game so far for Coon Rapids.
Showing bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. Sadoe was about halfway home.
He was.
By the time that pitch got there. Offers at it, comes up empty, and it's 0-2.
Again, that should take the bunting situation away from Coon Rapids. But we saw that earlier in the game with when Rochester Mayo was at the plate with 2 strikes and they attempted a bunt. They got an out.
This one fouled to the backstop. Again, they'll check on Dutton over at first. Curveball stays high, 1-2. Dutton not a very big lead, and then cheats back, and McCullough out in front of another breaking pitch. And a big strikeout again for Carlson. Coming up with him when he needs him most. He's got 7 now.
Yeah, and again, you got him to chase that one, and that again, just those, as we talked about, those mixing of pitches, caught McCullough off guard.
Back to the top of the order, Jaden Cobb dropped down a sacrifice bunt that got McCullough from first to third. His last time up in the third inning, but now those outs becoming ever more precious for the Cardinals. Beauty of a curveball right there from Casey Carlson to start him out strike one. Another curveball, another strike, and Kopp knew it. He just looked to the sky as that one crossed the plate thinking, oh, I could have swung at that. But it's a tough pitch. Again, it's a tough pitch to square up. Fastball. Kopp got a piece, but squeezed by Gassner for strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single.
And again, great second out for the Spartans.
And now Mark Manders. Check on Dutton. He's back plenty time. Curveball in there for a strike. And you just see the faces of the Cardinal hitters as they just kind of close their eyes and they know it. Oh, it was coming up and in, and then it settled over. This one hit to right, waiting underneath it is Regal. He makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals go quickly after the leadoff single by Dutton. We go to the 6th. Mayo still leads 1-0. Back at Wintercrest, we start the 6th. A 1-0 ball game. Each team just 3 hits in the ball game. Meat of the order due up for the Spartans here in the top of the 6th. Mason Linebeck is 0 for 1, fly ball and a walk. Fastball was up and in and got just a piece of him. Second hit batter for Jacob Maddock.
Not the way Maddock wanted to start this inning. And I think, I did see a little bit of activity, or we are seeing a little activity in the bullpen for Coon Rapids right now. So this ostensibly could be, if he gets through, it could be Maddox's last inning.
Well, and again, for his debut, you knew he's got an arm.
Yep.
He's a quarterback for the football team, but If you came in, you had to be thinking, if I can get 5 good innings, that's fantastic. That's a quality start, and he's given that for sure. But the question will be, how long is this leash? Good pitch there, called strike to even it up 1-1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
and these pitchers have both been fantastic,
They have.
and they've had about the same thing too. The ratio to which they use their pitches has been different, but fastball, changeup, and a curveball. We've seen only a couple of curves from Maddock, while Carlson leans heavily on it. And Maddock throws a lot more fastballs than Carlson has.
Tommy Dutton takes over at first for Coon Rapids.
Fastball missing high makes it 2-1. Well, as we've talked about pretty much since those early innings, a lot of pitches thrown by Maddock. And at this point in the season, you expect that they'll let that pitch count go a bit. The guys are in good shape, and they're used to it a little more at this point. But in a tight contest, how long is that leash? And there's a walk. So first 2 on and nobody out here in the 6th. Coon Rapids trying to keep this one tight against a Mayo ball club that has been known to put up big numbers, and they can't let them get rolling here in the late innings.
No, they definitely can't. And
here's the meeting at the mound.
Yeah. A situation for the Cardinals where now they're in a little bit of a situation with runners at first and second. And you're right, though. I mean, just it's been a pretty close ball game, and we're going to see a pitching change.
For Maddock, 93 pitches in the game. He gives up 1 run on 3 hits. He's got 2 more runs he's responsible for. And we will take a break and be back with a new pitcher when we return. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Back at Wintercrest, Danny Scheller will take over on the hill for the Cardinals. He'll take over with 2 runners on, nobody out. Liam Dahl, one of the big hitters, the cleanup guy, number 4 hitter in the lineup. 1 for 2 this afternoon. Scheller will step off. Lineback at second, Regal at first. Dahl goes up and bunts one back out of play.
Scheller comes in with an 0-0 record. No decisions at this point, but he's got a 5.25 earned run average.
Well, the Cardinals have had a couple of games that just have gotten away from them.
Like their game last night.
Pitch misses low, and it's 1-1. Bunt pushed back to Scheller. He's got it. Throws to Manders at second. Makes the tag for a double play. It's the 3rd double play turned by the Cardinal defense in this one.
That's great. And we know he's a good athlete, and that was an athletic play as he came off the mound and snared that bunt attempt. nice throw over to the bag, and as you mentioned,
And
Vander's
that
on
is
it.
how you enter a ball game with a little bit of pressure and relieve it immediately.
Exactly.
Just his third pitch of the ball game. And now Spencer Kober hit by a pitch, and he popped up a bunt attempt back in the fourth inning. It's been a lot of bunt attempts that the Spartans would like back in this
Yeah,
one.
I would say.
Called strike. It's 0-2. Copp took a hard look
he
down
looked.
at first.
He cocked his arm. I thought he was going to throw.
Well, he's got plenty of arm. We've seen it twice. He's caught them stealing twice. It's 1-1. Off-speed pitch, hit into – whoa, I thought that was going to get over. A great play by Logan Ness at second base. Waited it out, went up and got it. And they get out of a jam. Had 2 on with nobody out. Scheller comes in and gets 3 outs on just 6 pitches. Cardinals back at the plate, trailing 1-0 at the bottom of the 6th after this. Back at Wintercrest, Cardinals starting to run out of outs.
They are.
And this is the heart of their order. Likely the last time they get to the plate. Jared Fearing, Zach Novak, and Tyler Donnell. Fearing 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Casey Carlson continues on the hill, and he's been good. Just 69 pitches to get through those 5 innings. Fearing hits this one a ton to left. Going back is Ruska. But it's Linebeck there from center field over to make the play.
Well, he certainly gave that one a
it's
ride.
Just a long out.
Yeah, I mean, it came off the bat, and I wasn't sure if it was going to get out, and then it was hit. I think he got under it just a tiny bit.
Just 3 hits this evening for the Cardinals. 2 of them off the bat of Zach Novak. Went after the first offering again. And he taps it foul. He has not waited around a lot.
No.
He's seen just 4 pitches. Changeup gets him swinging over the top. It's 0-2. This will now be his longest at bat of the evening. He is 2 for 2. Trying to make it 3 for 3. He's really the only one who has unlocked Carlson. This one just rolled to LeBrash at first. Easy play for out number 2. And that'll bring up Danny Scheller. Takes the spot of the DH, Tyler Donnell.
Scheller hitting 133 on the season.
2 out, nobody on. And
Boy,
a breaking pitch called a strike. Looked like that one was down and away from here, but
the guy in blue did not think so.
this one skied up right side in foul territory. Long run for LaBrash and not able to get there. So Scheller will stay alive. But Carlson ahead in the count 0-2 and trying to make another very quick inning. He's only had one of his first 5 innings that went more than 14 pitches.
Home plate official.
We might have had an injury chasing
it looks like
that foul ball.
Hit. I think the way he went into the fence.
I could not see it at all from our point of view, and we got the thumbs up, and it looks like LaBrash is going to shake it off, walk it off, rub some dirt on it, and get back in play.
Back in.
The
Tough.
trainer
Must be a hockey player.
came over. I don't know. It's quite possible. Play a lot of hockey down there in Rochester,
Yes, they
too.
do.
You know. 0-2 to Scheller. Carlson trying to get his team back to the plate, but that one skips all the way to the backstop. Gassner could let that one go. He's been very busy with pitches much like that while guys are on base. He's done an excellent job with deadening them. This one through the gap on the left side, and Scheller has a base hit with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Again, we talked about it. There's just the one run so far by the Spartans, and Coon Rapids has that opportunity to see what they can do about getting into this ball game. And 2-out single certainly can help.
Sammy Lee walked in the 2nd, grounded out to first base in the 4th inning, now with a runner at first base and 2 away. Fastball on the outside edge, 0-1. Another fastball, another called strike, 0-2. Scheller again a conservative lead as Carlson has kept a close eye. He's off with the pitch, though. It's fouled back and out of play.
Well, with the amount of pitches that Carlson has thrown, it'll be interesting to see once they get out of this, and if he comes back to close it out in the 7th, the way he's been pitching and the consistency he's been throwing the ball.
Changeup, and Lee able to lay off, and then Scheller able to scramble back to the bag in front of the throw from Gassner. Runner off again, pitches up high. The throw is in time, but it skips away from Kober as Scheller slid through it. So a stolen base will get that runner into scoring position. And it's now 2-2 to Sammy Lee with 2 down.
Well, good job by Scheller getting the base hit and then able to take an extra base. Cardinals
And
are
now
trying to
perhaps a base hit from Sammy Lee could even the score in the bottom of the 6th inning.
very well could.
Fastball hit right back through the middle. It's going to get into center. Scheller is coming home. The throw from Lineback is not in time. Scheller is safe. The game is tied. Lee advances to second base on the throw.
What a clutch hit by Sammy Lee to come through and with 2 away, Joanne. And
Back-to-back 2-out hits.
And Scheller, who starts it all with that base hit and then the stolen base. Sammy Lee comes through in the clutch and gets that base wrap up the middle, and Scheller gets that first run of the day for Coon Rapids.
And now Logan Ness, couple of ground outs, reached on a fielder's choice. Third at bat of the ball game for Ness. All three have come with runners on base and 2 away.
Nice pitch.
Beauty of a changeup for a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Another changeup, and Ness could not check his swing and is now behind in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch. It was a tough pitch for him to hold off, and Coach Mossy saying, settle down. Look for your pitch.
Fast. Was able to lay off it this time, and it did go down and away. Two and two with a man at second and 2 down. A fastball up high, and Ness couldn't swing.
Oh, no.
Oh. That is a terrible call.
Yeah, that's not a good call. That's a gift.
It is, and Ness has new life. I mean, that pat was pointing to center field.
Well, I mean, he can look down, nonetheless, stays alive.
So another pitch from Carlson to Ness. This one skied to second. Kober underneath it for out number 3. But the Cardinals get a couple of 2-out hits. They score a run, even it up. We go to the 7th, all tied at 1 on CTN. Back at Wintercrest, and we're all even as we start the 7th inning. Cardinals with a 2-out rally in the bottom of the 6th inning to scratch one across and even it up at 1-1. Danny Scheller came on in relief in the top half of the 6th inning, got the Cardinals out of a little bit of a jam, and then he comes up with a big hit and the big run across. He faces Ethan LeBrash to start this 7th. Starts him with a couple of fastball for strikes and gets ahead and they count 0-2.
Well, you come in here, you pitch well, you get a base hit and score that tying run. It puts a little more adrenaline behind you.
This one stroked into left field. Solid single to start the 7th for Ethan LeBrash.
Exactly the way the Spartans wanted to start this top of the 7th. Get that leadoff runner on, see if they can at least manufacture a run and try and get that lead back.
They've been able to get a runner on base in 5 of the 7 innings. And they've had a runner on base in 6 of the 7 innings. Reed McGovern is the courtesy runner, or the pinch runner, I suppose, since it's the first baseman. And that one got in on Gasner. And Gasner gets a free base, and now the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out.
Coach Mossy calling to his defense to eliminate the threat. All of a sudden, Mayo has a threat of their own.
3rd hit batter of the ball game for Cardinal pitchers. Alec Sadowi. 0 for 2. Struggled to lay down a bunt, and he offers one that may have been outside. It's 0-1.
And I think it was.
And Sadowi, in his first at bat, asked to bunt with 2 outs or 2 strikes, and ended up bunting it foul for the second out of that, or the first out of that inning. Well, Scheller came in facing the 3 and 4 hitters in the same position, right? 2 on and nobody out.
Right.
Was able to get those 3 outs. That's a beauty of a bunt right there.
Everyone's
and
safe.
Everybody is going to be safe. That's going to be a bunt single for Alex Sadowi. The base is loaded with nobody away.
He couldn't have laid down a better bunt.
Well, you just keep attempting. You just keep attempting until you get it right. They have done a lot of bunt attempting unsuccessfully this afternoon, have the Spartans, and it all pays off when you get a bunt like that at this time in the ballgame.
Absolutely.
Bases loaded and nobody out. Sam Ruska, who's your number 9 hitter, but he's got an RBI double in the ballgame, and
he spanked the ball earlier.
He is one of the 5 guys in your lineup who has a home run on the season. And just a ball deep to the outfield enough to score one.
Yeah,
if he hits one like he did back in the 2nd or 3rd inning, could potentially clear the bases and really break this one open. Off-speed pitch gets him out in front, though, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and that puts pressure, obviously, on Scheller with bases loaded and nobody out. I mean, you're in a situation you don't want to give up a run at this point in the ball game.
Corners in, looking to keep that run from coming home. The middle back at double play depth. Curveball in for a strike, 0-2. First out is always the biggest. Another changeup. This one hit down the right field line into the corner. Easily coming home is McGovern. And then behind him, a second run and another double for Ruska. This will score 2 and put runners in 2 in scoring position with 2 across.
That was a beautiful, beautiful extra base hit. I mean, he's drilled that down the right field line, obviously scoring a couple of runs, putting the Spartans in the driver's seat up 3-1, and still nobody out. runners at second and third.
And back to the top of the order. Possibly most importantly. And a top of the order that hits really, really well, but they have been kept pretty silent here this evening. Fastball for a called strike. Carson Beavers is 0 for 2. Walked, struck out, and grounded out. Breaking pitch doesn't break enough, 1-1. Three hits and a walk in the inning. Nobody out, and now a fastball up high, 2-1.
Yeah, no one thrown in the bullpen for Coon Rapids.
And it took the Cardinals 6 innings to get a run against Casey Carlson. And now they find themselves in a position to need at least 2. And this one skied to short left center. A sliding catch by Sammy Lee for out number 1. And that was a beaut and not far enough for Sadoe to try and think about tagging and coming home.
Yeah, huge first out. And again, you're right, though, in that situation where you had a runner at third, did not hit it deep enough.
Well, and that was very dangerously close to finding no man's land in the middle. Mason Linebeck, 0 for 1. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. This one way up high. Lineback had a fly ball deep down the right field corner that was tracked down by Jared Fearing back in the first inning. That one in the dirt. Good stop by Kopp.
Yeah, that one Kopp just had to keep in front of him.
Fastball hit back up the middle. Manders is going to come home. Kopp is there, has the tag. They gun it down at the plate.
Very smart play in the field, obviously going to home, had plenty of time to get him. Kopp doing a nice job of making sure he applied the tag.
Well, and those two, Jaden Kopp and Mark Manders, have combined on 3 outs this evening that have been on the bases.
That's a nice second short combination.
Big second out. Runners at the corners now for Ian Regal. Regal a walk in 3 trips.
Oh.
Ball came from the JV field. So we call time, and now Scheller resets. Looks in, fastball, sky deep, deep to right. Fearing is back and makes the catch at the wall.
Right at the wall.
For out number 3, and he gave that one a deep ride.
I thought it might have been going out.
But Fearing's got wheels. He gets into position, makes the catch. But the Spartans score 2. Cardinals will try to answer the bottom of the 7th after this. Well, the pressure's on for the Cardinals offense as they come in facing a pitcher in Casey Carlson who has been red hot. He's thrown 90 pitches coming into the inning. And number 91 is a changeup in for a strike. Dutton has a hit in his one at bat this afternoon. Ducks away from one up and in that evens it up at 1-1.
Well, I think he probably told Coach Senny, I'm not coming out. I want the complete game.
Another changeup. This one rolled to short. Dahl, the throw. Good scoop at first for LeBrash. And there's one away.
Relatively quick first out of the inning here in the field for the Spartans.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Mason Myrie will come in and hit for Colin McCullough.
Mason steps to the plate and hitting 200 on the season.
Yeah, Carlson has been impressive. 8 strikeouts. And just staying in control, and he's been very efficient, especially over the last handful of innings. He's had two innings where he's gone to 21 pitches. Aside from that, a couple of 11-pitch innings, a 12-pitch inning, and a 14-pitch inning. Got one.
He's in danger.
Just one walk for those 8 strikeouts.
Well, he's in danger of getting walk number 2 right here, behind in the count 3-0.
Count 3-0 to Mason Myrie. And he goes back to that fastball. He's got a good-looking fastball. It's got some pop on it. Much like the fastball we saw from Maddock, though, not a lot of life to it. And then he goes to that changeup, and it takes just enough speed off and puts a little break on it to get guys swinging like that. And now he's gone from 3-0 to 3-2. The full count pitch is just outside. No, the late call. Strike 3, the punch out, and Myrie heads back to the dugout.
Cardinals now down to their final out.
And back to the top of the order, Jaden Kopp, 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice in between a flyout and a strikeout. Looks at the curveball well off the outside edge, 0-1, or 1-0. Something like that. It's one of the two. Relatively half certain of that. Fastball misses down and away, 2-0.
Yeah, Cardinals need base runners.
Need a pair to force another inning. 3 to walk it off, and that's in for a called strike, 2-1. This one right back through the middle. First knock of the afternoon for Jaden Kopp. They were able to string together what they needed for a 2-out rally in the 6th. Can they do it here in the 7th? And will it be against Casey Carlson as the first visit to the mound, as the starter has performed brilliantly, but now the tying run coming to the plate, and he will be done.
Good, nice hand, really nice outing for Casey Carlson. Very impressive.
Yeah, 103 pitches.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But his ball-to-strike ratio has been absolutely amazing. 103 pitches, 71 for strikes. 71 strikes. That is 70% strikes is it's awfully tough for an opposing team to deal with. And this you don't see very often. The catcher becomes the pitcher as Chase Gassner will come out and try and get the save for the Spartans.
Well, Gassner actually with 3-0 record, pitched 11 in the 3rd inning. He's only given up 4 hits. It does not have an earned run given up. Zach Condon will take his place behind the plate. And Gassner trying to close it out here with 2 away and a runner at first.
They just need the 1 out, but meat of the order due up, 2, 3, 4 hitters. Mark Manders 0 for 3 with a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Will be the first to face Gassner.
Yeah, Gassner has 12 strikeouts in 11 and a third.
We'll take a short break as he gets warmed up. We'll be back to finish it off after this. Back at the ballpark, Mark Manders will come up. Cardinals trail by 2. They have a runner on with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. And Chase Gassner coming on in relief, trying to get the save for the Spartans. Casey Carlson, a fantastic performance. And Gassner comes out with a changeup for a strike, 0-1. Manders trying to break his 0 for tonight. Kopp able to get his first hit of the ball game with 2 away. Fastball fouled off, 0-2.
Great situation now for the Spartans here with 0-2 in the count, 2 away, trying to close it out and get the win.
Manders trying to get his way on base and get Fearing a chance. Manders is the tying run. And this one hit into right, but a little too hard as Regal comes in a few steps to snare it for out number 3. And Rochester Mayo coming up to hand the Cardinals their 5th straight loss and drop them to 4-8 on the season.
Yeah, it's a tough one because they fought back to tie it up at 1 and then give Question an opportunity for them to get back into that. But Mayo does a nice job of getting the win.
In a tough way to end, especially after they had so much trouble against Carlson through 6 innings. They scratch across a run with 2 away in the 6th to tie it up. And then just could not make that hold. A good response from the Spartans in the top of the 7th to drive in a couple of runs, and they come away with the 3-1 win.
Yeah, so they're going to travel to play Maple Grove on Monday, so it doesn't get any easy for the Cardinals.
But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Ryan and Neil behind the scenes, and my friend Howie Shapiro on the other microphone, I'm Joe Young saying good night.